Hey, welcome back for day number 21. So we are 3 weeks into this month-long challenge. We have 1 week left, or really 10 days left if you want to count it more accurately. And today's theme is starting all over again. Well, maybe not totally over again, but somewhat starting over. The last few days, if you've been following along, I've been complaining about the AI simply not being able to get the code right and over trying to fix issues within the production deployment. And everything that the AI was writing just simply wasn't fixing the issue. My thoughts being that because this product has been so far built across 5 different chats in Claude, that even though it seemed at first to pick up pretty quickly where it left off in previous chats, my thought is twofold. Number one, it's missing some of the context and missing some of the changes in code that it's done before, maybe in a previous chat, and therefore it's writing something that overwrites something it did previously and then causing some issues. Or number two, maybe leaning more in the direction of because I'm doing it separately. So is a rewind going back to the original episode or the original stand-up. I decided to use a combination of Claude and Cursor, and this was taken from a number of videos that were done here on YouTube from Greg Eisenberg, and a friend of his who is a developer who suggested separating Claude from Cursor and not using the built-in Cursor, not using the built-in Claude integration with Cursor, because doing it separately, Cursor or Claude would give you more insight and detail into exactly what it was doing and why. So it was a learning opportunity. And as I've said across this stand up multiple times, I'm not a developer, so this was a great learning opportunity for me. And I very much want to learn what it's doing and why it's doing and so on and so forth. But I think not having access to the code base at all times, the AI is simply missing things and not realizing what code it's already done, what code is available where, what it says, what handlers it's or what methods it has calls in one place versus another. So I've spent the last probably 3, 4 days trying to fix issues, getting one stage forward and two, like one step forward and 2 steps back. That I made the decision at the end of the day yesterday that I'm going to start afresh. So that was yesterday and the last couple of days. Today's stand up and today what I'm planning to do is shift totally into Cursor and the integration with Claude built into Cursor. Starting number one of going back to the original code base that I had uploaded into GitHub. So this was the tested and verified code base that worked in a development environment that uploaded to GitHub as the version one in the production deployment, and starting back at that. So I'm going to roll all the way back to version one with a clean slate. This version worked in deployment, in development. Okay, let's start here. And then working specifically within Cursor. So the AI has access to everything and all the code always, so hopefully it doesn't make the same mistakes. My hope is that by being built into the code tool, built into Cursor, that it won't rewrite code multiple times. It won't not know what method is called in a different file. It'll know everything about the code and what it's doing and what it did in the last steps because it has all the code at all the time, so on and so forth. So my hope from that is that I'm able to knock out issues in the production deployment, because again, I've been doing this long enough to know that there always are issues moving from development or QA into production. So I fully expect there to be issues, but because the AI is built into the code tool and hopefully has access to everything, it should be able to move through solving those issues faster. That's my hope. So to ask for the community, if anyone's watching this and you are a developer or experienced in AI and have a deeper insight into whether this is realistic, whether that is a good idea. Plan and the next 30-day challenge was to build something within one of these totally integrated tools, a coding environment plus AI built in. But I've just gotten to the point where I'm going to try to do that now. So my goal today is start afresh in Cursor with the Claude integration and try to redeploy the code into production and work through the issues and see if I could still get the code resolved and production environment totally deployed and fixed and working so I can start testing this week. Fingers are crossed. So starting at the beginning may not be totally at the beginning, but hopefully it's a faster and quicker pace to get to the finish line. Thank you for checking in, and until tomorrow.